Hi. So I've been working on this use case, AIDB, and I've completed the exact query implementation of it. What AIDB is, it's basically if you are an analyst and you want to materialize a row using machine learning from the given data already at hand, you don't have to take the data out of SQL and get it into pandas, get it into scikit-learn or anything, and then give it back to SQL and then get the data back again. So this everything is basically handled within SQL. You don't have to go outside the runtime of SQL in order to do this. All you have to just point out is the machine learning endpoints, what are the input values and how the output values will be stored. And everything will be done within this piece of software right here. So I'll just show you the schema. The user has to basically define a schema by a YAML file. The YAML file is over here. This is the YAML file. So basically I have three columns, three tables over here. One is Twitter, one is sentiment analysis, and one is closest topic. And as you can see, Twitter is not a AI based table, but sentiment analysis and closest topic, they are AI based tables. And my goal of this video is basically in order to find out the average of the length of the topic is basically the NER output predictions from the closest topic, where it basically has a sentiment of neutral. That's the essential goal of my video, and the schema is right over here. As you can see, so there are three public databases. One is Twitter, and then the primary key, that is ID. It kind of acts as a foreign key within closest topic and sentiment analysis. And my goal is to find out those particular the average length of the closest topic. So for example, if the name Mark Zuckerberg is provided as the input, then the closest topic would be NAME, and the tag would be Mark Zuckerberg. So basically I just need to find out the average length of the closest topic where the sentiment of that particular tweet is neutral. It should not be positive, it should not be negative. That's essentially what I've done. But now the problem is that these two tables and their columns do not exist in real time. So basically, in order to do this, firstly I'll have to input the YAML file, and then I'll have to make the schema. Now we can see that the database is created and populated with tweets. As you can see, there were no tables here, but when I refresh it, you can see there are three tables. So that means the structure is there. And just for simplicity, I have kind of populated it with 5 random tweets. So if I do select star from Twitter, it's going to give me 5 random tweets. That liberty I have taken. Now what I have to do is, since the other columns are essentially empty, so if I do a select, so the other tables are essentially empty. Closest topic. So if I do select star from closest topic, it's not going to return anything. It's just going to return the structure. And same is for sentiment analysis. Hence, this query will also not work. Now, in order to run this query, you have to put this query over here, and you have to just compute it. In the back end, what it's going to do, it's going to generate those AI values, those columns using the ML model which I've specified right here. And right here, the user has to specify these endpoints. These endpoints are basically hosted on my server only, and within a couple of seconds, we'll have the output. So this is not yet optimized, as you can see, because it's going to go through the entire data set. It's going to populate the values one by one. The next task will be to implement approximate queries, where I'll be using caching, what caching will do is basically just populate those values which have the sentiment as neutral. So firstly, the data set will entirely go through all the values. It will determine which are neutral, and only those neutral values will be taken for the NER model. And as you can see, the ML population is done, fetching results at exact query, and executed the queries. I don't know why this returned a none, but if I run the query again, it should provide me with the exact output, and hence that's what I have essentially. No matter how many times I run, it's going to provide the output very fast because there's no ML model running on top of it. By what I mean is that there's no ML model running again because it's already populated. It's just going to return the query normally.